Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Muscle Memory Podcast, episode 14. I am your host, Sean. As you guys know, I took a week off, not just as a vacation, but as business works as well. Did a photo shoot. It's on my Instagram and the fitness page as well. Go ahead and check them out. I'll link them down in the description below. But on to more important things. This man to my left is a very important man. He is my business partner. He is the owner and creator of ALOF Fitness. This man's name is Joshua Garcia. Josh, thanks for coming on the show today, man. How you doing?
Doing great. Thank you.
Of course, of course. Obviously, we're great friends. You know me very well. I know you very well. But these people do not know you. Go ahead and introduce yourself to them for.
What's going on, guys? I'm 33 years old, and I have a passion and love for fitness. I've been doing that for over 15 years. I also have a passion in helping others with their fitness journey. And it's about time that I turn it up a notch and express my experience and my intelligence.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So, in terms of your training and all that, how long in that process did it take for you to actually start helping people? Was it like immediate, or was it like in the middle, towards the later stages of your lifting career? Where in there?
I would say in the middle, because that's when, by that time, I perfected and corrected my forms, and that's what caught the eye of many. And that's when people would just come up to me out of random and ask for advice, and it was mainly about forms.
Okay, okay. So, after, let's say, about like 5 years of helping people, did you have any thoughts of, oh yeah, I help people all the time, I could get paid for this? Or was it something else that put the seeds of you possibly being a personal trainer and starting a fitness brand?
I would say that the thought of that kind of lingered around in my mind for quite some time, but what also helped is that the people that would ask for advice, they would end up telling me that I should look into training. And so that's technically where it all came from.
Okay, cool. See, we kind of have the same path in terms of wanting to be personal trainers. Obviously, you have more experience than me. You've been training longer. But as someone who's never owned a business, who's never started a business, what advice would you give to somebody who's also up and coming and wanting to build a business, wanting to build a brand, but they don't know how to go about it? What advice would you give?
I would say just start. That's the hardest part. And that's where a lot of people hold their fear is the beginning, and they don't quite really know where or how. But that's the beauty of things, and you just have to start, and you learn as you go. And mentors and experts, and just watching other people's videos, just learn, and eventually you'll see that you're getting better and better each day, as long as you keep it in motion.
Of course, of course. So the name Alof, obviously I know what it means. You told me this on multiple occasions. But would you like to explain to the people what the name actually means, what it means to you, how you came about with the name, and obviously what the brand stands for?
Yes. So ALOF stands for a leap of faith. Okay. And the reason for that is that everybody needs faith, and it's the starting point of all things. All right. So for everybody's fitness journey, they need to take that faith in, and take that leap and start their fitness journey. Um, it the idea came to me kind of like out of nowhere. In a way, it's not like I watched it on a video or something. It just came to my head. Okay. And I figured that it followed along the lines with my passion and fitness. And so I technically just put two and two together, and I found out that it was perfect for it. And so now that is my brand name.
Okay, okay. So when you got this idea, was it something it was like, okay, cool, I'm going to do this immediately? Or was it something where you were like, I'm going to kind of sit on it and see if I'm still feeling passionate about it, if I still feel like this is what I want to do, stuff like that? Was it like a mental conflict that you had, or was it something where it was like an immediate decision? Like it came in, you're like, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Well, I would say I didn't quite know how to start. So I struggled in that department at the beginning. But I figured that it'd be best to follow my passion. Okay. And so That was me just following my passion and building a business and to just continue doing something that I love doing. Um, and and yeah.
So another advice question for any up and coming trainers, people that don't really have experience training people, but they're in the fitness industry, they know what they're talking about and all that. What advice would you give someone that wants to get into it and they don't know how to go about it? Like, what do you think they should do?
What do I think they should do? They should probably look at um, ALOF videos and muscle memory videos for one,
Hey,
because they will learn a whole lot on how to perfect forms and how to do their workouts and everything like that. And that's technically what we're here for. That's what I'm here for, is to educate you guys on where to start and how to do it.
there we go. Hey, free plug right there. I'll put his stuff down in the description as well. But let's see. In terms of your training, obviously you've been training 15 years. That's a long time to be training. Did you ever have any hard points in that training where you were like, maybe fitness isn't for me. Maybe I should just, move on and do something else. Or it's like you started doing it on and off and you kind of fell out of love with fitness and it kind of like something sparked it to come back. Did you ever have any experiences like that?
Absolutely not. It's always been a passion. It's always been a love in my life, and it's just something that it's part of me. And so I continued on that journey, and so now I'm here, and now I'm here to help.
Oh, yeah. Do you think that people nowadays, the younger generation, people that are like my age or a little bit younger, that want to get into fitness, but they're not entirely passionate about it, do you think they should take that job as a personal trainer if their heart's not entirely dedicated to fitness?
I would say no, because you're probably not going to be happy. But you should still get into fitness for physical health purposes and mental health purposes. But that is the requirement of the human body and the human mind. So you should most definitely look into fitness in general. But if your passion doesn't lie there, you might not want to start a business or have a career in that department, because then it wouldn't be fun. It would just be work. Okay. In my case, it's fun.
Great, great. So, as an up and coming owner, a creator of a brand, a business, what's the hardest part about it all? Like, when it comes down to, structuring a team or figuring out what to put out for people, like brand proposals, everything that goes into being a business owner, what's the hardest part about it so far for you?
The hardest part is just not knowing things, not knowing what's the next step. You kind of just run into it. You run into the next step by keeping things in motion, and using your creative mind and continuing to create things. And then that's when the answers unfold, and you just go about it like that.
Okay. So, obviously, like you said, you're kind of just keeping everything in motion, and when stuff comes up, it comes up. Obviously, your team was something that just like kind of happened. If you were to go out and handpick your team, what is the ideal person that you're looking for when it comes down to building a team? If you can have one type of person on your team, what's that ideal person for you?
Mm, good question. Sam Sulik, maybe. Mike Menser. I would say Mike Menser for sure, because he's extremely educated. Um, and I would most definitely learn a thing or two with him. Sam Sulik as well, but he's upcoming, so he also has a lot to learn, like myself. But as for that, I would say those two.
Okay. So without putting names on it, what are the ideal characteristics, the personality type of someone you would put on your team?
I would need a go-getter. Okay, somebody that just jumps into the fire and performs. Okay, obviously, you will probably be scared about certain things, but that's what we're here for, is to overcome, and it's all about taking that leap of faith. Okay, um, there's some things where I was fearful. Okay, but I took that leap just like how everybody else needs to, and I performed, and that's how I do everything in life now. Um, the one thing that holds people back or behind is that fear, and you need to get over it. Okay, and you need to do it for you, not for other people. Yes, you are helping people, but do it for you. You know, and that's where you'll find all the joy.
Oh yeah, sounds great. So, in terms of ideals, what's your opinion on getting into deep business with family and friends, like people that you have a real strong connection with, but they might not be as business driven as you are. What's your take on that?
Well, I would just hope that they would be supportive. Um, and that's it. That's it. Because regardless of their support or anything like that, I'm going to continue doing this. And I know that there's people out there that are interested in my help. And so my family could be those people, my friends could be those people, or other people. For anybody that wants it. Okay. As family, friends, people that are close to me, all I hope for is their support. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Indeed. Support's always the best factor. Um, Obviously, this is a very transparent show. We like to be very honest with the audience. How stressful is it being an owner? Because obviously, we're both in the same boat. We both own our own separate brands. But how stressful is it having to deal with people leaving the team, people having fights within the team that may cause someone to leave the team or may cause disturbances in the flow of things, or like you just having a mental like break somewhere and you feel like you're stuck and your team's not really doing much to support it? How stressful is it?
It could be pretty stressful, but you also have to understand that you have a mission and this is your mission, this is your vision. And people believe in your vision. You also have to understand that part. So it'd be crazy that other people believe in your vision, but you don't. So I've always believed in my vision. So that's always given me a drive to help my team and lead the way. Technically, I tell them all the time that I'm also learning with everything, but with the understanding that I am the owner, I that is my character. That's who I am, and I perform in that way, and I talk to my team in that way, and I make sure that they are in line of the things that they need to be in line with, and I support them as well with outside of work. Anything that they're doing outside of work, I support them just like how they support me in this journey. Um, as team members that come and go, or that necessarily need to go, that's going to happen. Okay, that's just a norm. Can't take it too personal. It's business. But to have a great team, kind of have to do those things. So that's understandable. All right, for people to leave because they probably find out that it's not their passion, or there's somebody in the group that doesn't have the same vision. Okay, doesn't believe in it, and so they would have to go as well. You have to protect your craft. Okay, and I would say that's very important.
Wise man right here. So, a couple more questions and we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Obviously, as someone who's never been a business owner, it's something that you have to build yourself into. What steps are you taking as the owner and creator of your brand to become that businessman, to like become that owner and be in that mindset and be that person? What steps are you taking to become that guy?
Well, you said it best right there. You have to become, right? So I am becoming that main character as an owner, business owner. Okay. And the steps that I'm taking, I'm watching motivational videos, inspirational videos. Um, I mean, in all reality, it's all in the mind. Okay. And if you truly believe it, that's who you are. Um, and that's kind of like how I go about things with that. The steps kind of just come to me because my mentality is ownership and business. So the answers and the steps come to me like that, um, effortlessly. So I let that in a way kind of lead the way, but I do look into research experts and what they say on how they do things and what would be beneficial health wise, diet plans and stuff like that. All of that is in the works of learning it, but that is you becoming. So you have to know everything about everything, especially being the business owner of your brand, and people are going to look up to you for your help. So I have to be educated in all these things. Okay, and that comes from just your own free will. Nobody is making you do that. Nobody is making me do this except for me. And it's all about how bad you want it. And trust me, I want it bad. Um, and and yeah, just continue watching those videos. And hopefully it's fun. Hopefully it's fun to you. Um, so you'll find yourself just watching it just out of pure enjoyment, and at the same time you're learning, you know.
Great words, great words. So, ideally, how long in your mind will it take before people start seeing Alof Fitness merch, videos, personal training pop up in their face so they can actually, get a hold of you guys and actually join you guys on your journey? How long do you think it'll take in your eyes?
Well, right now we're not set on a launch date. um Things are still in the works, but I would say within the year you could most definitely start seeing things pop up a lot more with a lot fitness related. A lot more videos. And that's technically what we're doing. We're collecting a lot of pictures, a lot of videos, educational videos. So we're collecting, and all that is in the works. So when we do start launching, that's when you'll start seeing it all the time. But I can't give you an exact date because we're still working up to that.
Of course, of course. Never rush the process. So, final question, we can go ahead and wrap it up. Obviously, you guys have socials, you guys have made pages. There's just nothing on them right now. But where can people find you at, man?
You could find me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and if you were to type in ALOF Fitness Official, I'm pretty sure we'll pop up. Or you could just type in ALOF Fitness and we'll pop up as well.
Okay, where can they find you personally if they want to get a hold of you before Alof starts popping off?
My personal page is Josh Waldo 10. So if you want to look at the content that I have there, by all means, go for it. But that is my personal page.
All right. That basically wraps up our interview today. Josh, again, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. We appreciate it so much. But, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up Muscle Memory episode 14 with our special host, Josh Garcia, owner and creator of Alof Fitness. I've been your host, Sean. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a great weekend and week following. Until we see you again, stay blessed. Peace.